G'day folks, that's another nice little day here, Saturday I believe. Been quite busy yesterday. I didn't get an awful lot of video stuff done. I did upload a couple that I'd shot previously, which is good, but yeah, not as hot as yesterday. I had actually had this air conditioner running for the first time in God knows how long, just cooling this area down, because these PCs and monitors and things, it's going to be interesting in summertime because it got pretty hot. That espresso thermometer was showing 32 and it was only 25 outside. So yeah, I think I'll be resurrecting that air conditioner and just getting rid of everything in front of it and just change things around a little bit. But yes, and of course I've still got my top hat, which I will put on right now. I know a bunch of people wanted to see me with it on, so there you go. Got to have a classy hat for a classy workshop. It's the best way of doing things. So anyway, I did make time to strip down the Jag engine last night. Wasn't too hard, there were a few stubborn bits, but overall it is stripped down. The block is still incredibly heavy, but at least I can wheel it outside with a two-wheel trolley, rather than having to bring the trailer in here and crane it on as a whole engine. So yeah, my final, I suppose, assessment of it was, it wasn't very happy. There's a bit of scoring on the pistons and the skirts. That ring, top ring of number 5, was snapped. Like it just fell apart as soon as I pushed the piston out. It's been broken for a while. There's a score mark down the bore. The bearings are down to black, like base metal, all of them. Thrust bearings had a little bit of wear in it, but not bad since it's an automatic. There's no real load on it from a pressure plate, or sorry, a throw out bearing. But yeah, big end bearings are down to metal, or down to base metal. That piston was very hard to get out of the bore compared with the other ones, and there's a lot of drag marks. I don't know if the piston's oversized too big, or the bore might be undersized or oversized or something like that, but it did not want to come out. And it wasn't because of a lip on the top of the bore. The actual piston skirts themselves have been dragging, whereas none of these other ones have. This one's just gone crazy. Something bad's happened there. The crank's not too bad. There are some score marks and pitting marks. It's had coolant in the water, in the oil at one point. There was a lot of old surface rust, which isn't so obvious. And there's some markings there, 0.010, 0.010, so that's probably what it's been ground down already. Brad said to chuck this out. He doesn't want it. It's been reworked before. But I don't know, it's a nice little souvenir, I guess. Not that I have any room for any more huge, heavy, useless souvenirs. So yeah, it'd make a nice mailbox stand if anything else. Sink a steel pole in the ground about, I don't know, half a foot high, shove that end in it and bolt the mailbox to the drive plate flange. Who knows? Not that I'm really going to bother doing that, but I have seen people use old truck crankshafts and things as mailbox stands, because they're a lot longer. So anyway, this one is done and dusted. The bores, well, they're pretty sad. It's a bit hard to see, but there's a lot of, you can see coolant or corrosion in there. That was probably the one that was leaking. Various ridges, and that one's got the scrape marks down the bottom of it from the broken ring. Unless it was the other side. No, there's a big scrape mark in that one. Those two aren't too bad, but that was the tight one. There's no obvious problems by the looks of it, but yeah, if you clean that up, you can see this nasty little pitting and corrosion and other issues compared with the one next to it. So it was broken ring, corrosion and other damage, an abnormally tight piston, and there's no lip on the top of the, or minimal lip anyway compared with all of them. If anything, this has less lip than that one, and that piston just pushed straight out by hand. This one I had to hammer it out with a stick and a wooden mallet. That wasn't easy. So yeah, something funky going on in there. I'll take the sensor off. Not much else, I just want to make it safe to transport. And yeah, I think I'll go this end down, I did have a hell of a time getting that back retainer off. I think I damaged it, so that's going. I ended up having to cut this bolt because it's stripped, or the head stripped out. It's a cap screw, and it also had the drive flange over it, so I had an Allen wrench cut down about that far to try and get in there, and it didn't work. So I had to cut that one. But overall, it's done. It's dead, Jim. Real dead. Pistons, well, Brad doesn't want these either, so I might hang on to some of them as souvenirs or give them away to people in Australia. Not that I don't have enough other crap to ship out at the moment. But yeah, they're too cool to throw out, really. Big too. 4.2 litres is a pretty big 6. Big 6. And everything's naturally very heavy. All the bearing, all the mains and everything like that's stamped and marked, so I can bolt them back on. They have to go with the block. Of course, they're all line bored and milled to suit this block and this block only. It's very typical, you can't interchange them. So yeah, they all go back on. They have to go back on or the block's useless. But it's all there. Apart from that, what else? We've got me 2 new tyres today. I picked them up. Just got to put them on the car. Yep. A bit expensive, but at least it's a lot stickier than the old stuff. The old, what did I have? Kumos, which are a lot harder. Expensive, but they're an odd size. Well, not odd, but not so common now compared with, say, 205, 65, 15s. But yeah, they're good. They smell nice too. Gearheads understand that one. Like the smell of racing fuel and burning rubber and that sort of thing. Auto trans fluid, engine oil, diff oil. You know what I mean. You work on cars enough, you sort of appreciate the odours that come from good quality fluids and equipment, good tyres. And as you can see, I also pillaged the rest of that saw control. I got the whole PLC rack, switches. That's an interface board for that one. I've got the cables. That all plugs in. Yeah, it's nice. Master switch and its button somewhere. Yeah, that's an interface for the cable, the ribbon cable. Again, all Allen Bradley, expensive, real expensive. Flexi chain's a bit sad, but it'll just clip back together again. What brand is that? Can't quite read that. And finally, some RS232 ports. I was looking through the shop all last night trying to find some, and I didn't have any. But we've got 2 now. And there. Power supply module. Well, those tyres really do stink now they're getting hot. It's really strong. What is it? Line voltage 85, 132, 170 or 265 volts AC, 50 or 60 Hertz. Output 5 amp 5 volts, 0.96 24 volts, and user 0.2 24 volts. Nice. Very, very expensive. Just missing one door, which is a shame. Got a limit switch. Start stop station with current overload. Panel light. 120 volt, not so practical. But yeah, really good. It's nice and clean here. I did a bit of mowing. Anyway, oh, there's the rotary switch. So that about concludes that one. I do have more random catch-up work and other stuff to do, so don't expect a ton of videos today, but we'll see what we get done. I might be able to do some little bits in between, but as far as big lengthy videos, not at the moment. just a little bit busy. I did have a good friend over yesterday finishing this off with me. We reworked my master panel. He was quite appalled at my previous work, but then I did throw it in when I moved in. And when I moved in, this shed had two mangy old, like really rotten old rubber extension leads going out to it, and that was it. So I just made everything that plugged into the wall. Now everything's changed, it's got proper cabling and everything going in. Got line amps. That's not, or it's terminated at a switch, but it's not actually connected to the UPS yet. But that's just going to be for PCs. That can stay on and all that can go off. So PC's only on, everything else is off overnight. But yeah, the traditional lead's still there. I just replaced it with a new one because the lathe plugs under there. It has to be able to reach under for the lathe to plug into. 8 amp safety, so if I want to test something on a lower amp breaker, that'll trip out before anything else does, and that's just a 20 amp. That's actually overrated for what this is, so I should really put a 10 in there when I can find one. Just got to rat one up from somewhere. And that one is a 10 amp. It came out of the Yamato Dataway system. So yeah, and it's also bolted and fixed in now instead of floating around. So that's done. Much better. Better power cable going everywhere. It's all, well, pretty much up to spec. So it's good. I'm just going to move all this junk and tidy up. Anyway, that's about all for now. I hope everyone has a great day. I'm going to have a good Saturday, just finishing off some repair jobs and projects and things like that. I do have to go out, I mean repair on site. I've got air conditioner cleaning tomorrow and various bits and pieces to do today. I've got a TV to look at, an antenna, that sort of stuff. I'll take the camera with me, but generally paid jobs I don't even bother bringing the camera out. It's just get the job done, get it done right, don't worry about anything else. So yeah, have a good Saturday and thanks for watching.